the beginning.
Okay, so in the beginning does a number of important jobs. So the purpose of beginning is that you have to make a good impression or an impression of what you are going to write. And also, in beginning, you should grab the reader's attention with an interest fact, question, or anecdote. So instead of using this essay was about, instead use did you know that it is blah blah blah, and provide necessary background. So ganun lang likay mo gamit og background nga dili siya connected or importante sa inyong isulat. Next, enable a voice appropriate for the purpose of writing. So if your writing is about non-academic, then okay, so pag imong isulat kay dili siya about academic, pwede ka mogamit og informal nga tone.
So, media. The media supports and develops the writing, providing a variety of details and information. It can use facts and statistics, definitions and examples, anecdotes and observations. So, and facts and statistics are used in the middle of a draft to make our writing more reliable and readable. Numbers or factual information can support our point and show that it's true, not just opinion. Second is definition and examples, clarify ideas, because sometimes readers might not understand a term or concept. So we use definition and examples to explain clearly. Lastly, anecdote and observations connect to the topic to real life. Anecdotes are short, real-life stories, and observations are things that we notice in real life. That's all. It also organizes the supporting details according to pattern. So here are the number of basic patterns of organization. Organizing details chronologically. So organizing details, the book showed that one way to organize details in the middle by organizing them chronologically. So meaning the order they happen from first to last. This pattern is common in true narrative because it makes the story easy to follow. Next is presenting statements according to correct reasoning. So this one will be tackled by Rekla since she is absent. So it involves structuring your arguments logically and supporting them with evidence and ensuring clarity. So this time, presenting statements according to correct reasoning, you have to make sure that your claim or your argument towards a specific topic, you have to make sure that you have evidences to support it. And you have to ensure that your argument or claim is clear, concise, and credible. Muna siya example, guys. Ang example by nasa two types, which are inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning. Take note sa mga remain akong stand if malingkod mo, minus 10 mo sa evaluation na. So, inductive reasoning. When you say inductive reasoning, it is where someone who uses inductive reasoning makes a specific observation and then draws a general conclusion. While deductive reasoning is a specific conclusion follows a general theory. So, deductive, guys, before ka mo end sa conclusion, lahat siya theory. While sa inductive reasoning is muhen na ka dito, like, wala na yung pasikot-sikot, dito na dahil siya conclusion. So, next is presenting details from least to most important or most to least. So, this is a strategic way to structure information based on its significance. So, in this way, mo na siyang structure wherein sa sa mo ang paper, sa mo ang piece, or sa mo research, you have to more siya recency bitaw, guys. Kaya as we all know, if like, kung siya pinakabago, somehow, mapuna siya ang pinaka-credible kay ang one of the mostly sa mga old articles kay dili ko siya credible because it does not support enough claims or evidences for the readers to believe it. And next is we have one siya example, guys, the inverted pyramid. So on the top we have the most important information. As I said, you have to put first who, what, when, where, and how. And next is the supporting details, and the second to the last is the background details, and lastly is the general details. Wherein sa general details, dili nakabutang ang least important information.
The next is converting causes and then effects. So this pattern involves explaining the reason why something happened and then describing the results or consequences. So, dari kay kita nung tanan mo kabalo kung saan causes and effects. So ang causes kay mo ni ang why it happened, and the effect is what is the result or the consequences. So ang example, for example, the topic is the impact of social media on youth mental health. Yes. So the causes is constant exposure to curated content, cyberbullying, fear, or missing out. And the effect is increased rate of anxiety and depression, body image issues, sleep disturbances. So next is similarities and differences. So this pattern involves comparing two or more subjects, highlighting their similarities and differences. So for example is traditional versus online learning. So same sila, puro kanang online yan. So the similarities is both aim to provide education, require students, engagement, and assist learning outcomes. So same sila pero naabot sila same sila na makakuan sila sa student pero naabot sila differences. Yes. So ang differences niya kaya traditional learning involves face-to-face interaction like kita. So in structured schedules and physical resources, while online learning offers flexibility, accessibility, and digital resources.
Proceed to the pros and cons. So first, let's tackle about the pros. So the purpose of pros is to showcase the hope, desire, the initial attraction to an idea, place, or decision. It captures the positive side of the emotional, factual truth. So, and as for the cons, it is to showcase the struggle, fear, risk, or conflict associated with the truth. It captures the negative side of the emotional or factual truth. So, here is an example of the pros and cons. An essay about an online education list, the pros could be flexibility, accessibility, and the cons are lack of personal connection and distractions of this learning method. So, the pros and cons of this example, as it was stated, is the flexibility and the accessibility, which you can learn through many types of any social media platform or an online education. So you can access there many things, you can learn many things. And as for the cons, there are many people who lack personal connection or internet and the distractions, especially when you have kids in house. So the last one is the ending. In creative nonfiction, the conclusion often serves to tie narrative together and provide insight. This might be a personal reflection, a moment of realization, or an impact for the future. The conclusion should feel like the natural outcome of everything that came before without being too abrupt. So, here is an example. And so, as I watch my own child play in the sand, I understand now the ocean isn't a place of fear. It's a place where memories are made, a place of infinite possibility. So, as you can see that they ended, or this person, he or she ended this statement with such experience. What is that? Yeah, and impactful, meaningful words. So, I think, so, that is all for my topic. And now,
Okay. Revising is the process of improving the writing of the first draft. It means really a complete picture of yourself. Like if tanaw ni mo yung like a work or yung story, like tanaw ni mo so hindi ka mag-change nila or i-organize din mo para mas dali masabdan sa readers, quality, flow, and making changes. That's right. Writing experience, younger and more effective. Okay, example of revising. Adding details. So, if mag-one mo ka na mag-struct ng story, i-adan ko rin yung details ka na mas klaro bitaw na mas daling masabdan sa mga readers. Like, for example, my grandmother's house was nice. So kanang unang may siyang details ba? So dapat instead, you should say na my mother's grandhouse smelled of fresh bread before photos covered the walls. So that's the example of adding details. Kanang di alam below na siya mas di klaro bitaw para mas dali sa mga readers. And the organizing idea is moving a paragraph from the end to the beginning so that the story makes more sense. So yeah, the organizing idea is like moving a paragraph sa end to the beginning para mas dali masabda mas dali masabda sa mga readers. And clarifying the confusing part. So katong mga confusing parts na mas lisod sa mga readers, hindi po siya i-clarify or dapat smooth po ang transition para mas dali masabdan sa mga readers. Tapos last is strengthening the ending. So instead of stopping, mag-add ka of reflection with reflections about sa mga na-learning mo sa story na inuwa or mga anak. So, yeah, I think all of them. Next is
editing is a quality, the details and the mechanics of the text. Of course, the editing is important to when you're writing is because this is a big purpose of when we are making a critique because when you're editing is like you need to check your grammar, to edit and to more clearly learning of understandable imong story. And here the example here is here the original text. The girl walked to the store, she bought the milk, she saw a can and it was good. And this was edited text. The edited text is yung i-describe kung ayo ba like more in details bitaw like yung sa'yo na